Hello and welcome to the channel. The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC yesterday postponed the gubernatorial election earlier scheduled for 11th March to 18th March. Its argument was that the bimodal voters accreditation system BVAs devices needed reconfiguration and that there wasn't enough time to do that so close to the election. This new development, as usual, has elicited quite a lot of response, especially owing to the shameful elections the electoral body conducted during the presidential polls. Let's get you the details of some of these reactions then. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Shift in Guba polls, APC, Labour Party, IPAC, others disagree. The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC yesterday received knocks and praises over its decision to postpone the March 11 governorship and state assembly elections to March 18. The electoral umpire late Wednesday night postponed the state balloting due to its inability to commence the reconfiguration of the bimodal voters accreditation system BVAs machines on time. The Court of Appeal on Wednesday gave the Commission the nod to reconfigure the BVAs used for the February 25th presidential and National Assembly polls in readiness for the state elections. Shortly after getting the court's nod, the INEC management went into a meeting after which it postponed the governorship polls to enable it to reconfigure the over 176,000 BVAs machines, which would require 5 days to do. The postponement elicited mixed views in the polity. The Labour Party LP said INEC's handling of the presidential poll had eroded its confidence in the electoral umpire, which it said could no longer be trusted. Political parties in the country under the aegis of the Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, while supporting the postponement, however, warned that the electorate will no longer accept excuses for poor performance. This was as Deputy Speaker of the Oyo State House of Assembly, Abiodun Fadeyi, and Nigeria's former envoy to the Philippines, Dr. Yemi Farunbi, said the postponement of the polls was inevitable considering that INEC had to reconfigure the BVAs for the elections. The Labour Party said the recent conduct of the INEC had done incalculable damage to the trust Nigerians once had in the Commission's promise to let the people's vote count. National chairman of the party, Comrade Julius Abure, said this in an interview in Abuja yesterday. He explained that he was one of those who at various fora expressed implicit confidence in the ability of the Professor Mahmoud Yakubu-led INEC to deliver based on his repeated assurances that the Commission would adhere strictly to its rules on the tamper-proof BVAS technology. According to Abure, INEC not only failed to deliver but had, through its subsequent actions, shown that it cannot be trusted. The LP chairman expressed misgivings over INEC's various applications to courts, relief sought, and the postponement of the governorship and state assembly elections earlier scheduled for March 11, 2023. Abure said, "Our major concern is that aspect of the appeal court ruling which granted INEC the opportunity not to allow us to inspect the BVAs. Our concern really stems from the fact that INEC these days is not to be trusted. INEC will make a promise from one side of the mouth and then swallow their vomit from the other." He continued, "Recall that in 2019, INEC promised that it had a server only for those servers not to be available when litigants wanted to inspect the server that they claimed they had. INEC had gone out of their way to assure and reassure Nigerians again and again that election results will be uploaded from polling units to their server and that people are going to view these results from their server, but you could see that when it was time for people to start uploading the results, INEC said it had a technical glitch, even when they had explained to Nigerians that they had backup that will roll off into work immediately when the main server had a technical issue." All of these brings us to the point that even though INEC had assured us and the courts in their counter affidavits that the records in the BVAs will be saved in their back-end server, we have our doubts because this is not the first time INEC will be telling us that they have a server, they will upload to their server and so on and so forth. But the court in their wisdom has given them privilege, and you can see immediately they got that judgment, they shifted the elections. If they knew they were going to postpone the governorship election for a week, why did they go to court to vary the order? given to us to inspect materials. There was absolutely no need for it because one of the reasons they gave to the court was that if they allowed us to inspect the BVAs, it would affect the timeline for the election. But surprisingly, after getting the court to grant them the request to reconfigure the BVAs, they immediately shifted the election. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. One had a lot of doubts about the patriotism, commitment, truthfulness, and integrity of this INEC to do what is right. The way and manner they conducted the last election has completely destroyed the confidence we shall have in INEC. Let's see what stories they will come up with tomorrow. The ruling All Progressives Congress APC on its part has said it respects the decision of the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC to postpone the governorship and State House of Assembly elections from March 11 to Saturday, March 18, 2023, urging it to address all the issues identified in the last election. It specifically asked the Commission to ensure adequate protection of the data on its bimodal voter accreditation system BVAs, which the electoral umpire has promised to back up. Party spokesman Felix Morka in a statement on Thursday said, while noting its reassurance that data from the presidential and National Assembly elections will be properly backed up on its cloud facilities, INEC should do everything within its power to preserve and protect the integrity of the extracted data from BVAs, as it has committed to do before court. Further, we enjoin INEC to use the opportunity presented by the election postponement to address any gaps or issues identified in the presidential election in order to avoid a reoccurrence in the March 18 election. Also speaking to journalists after an emergency General Assembly meeting held at the Council Secretariat in Abuja, IPAC's National Chairman, Engineer Yabagi Sani, warned the INEC that excuses that appear to undermine credible polls were no longer acceptable. He nevertheless disclosed that the political parties are in support of INEC's rescheduling of the governorship and state assembly elections from March 11 to 18 because adequate preparation by the electoral umpire will guarantee the integrity, credibility, and transparency of the elections. Sani said, adequate time is needed to ensure things are properly done as the destinies of over 200 million Nigerians are at stake. As a major stakeholder in the political process, IPAC has always urged the electoral umpire to ensure it starts early preparation for elections and seek more time if necessary to ensure it conducts each free, credible, inclusive, and generally acceptable polls, as Nigerians will not tolerate any excuse for poor performance as witnessed in the failure to upload results from polling units to the INEC results viewing portal iRev in real time. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.